Hey, what's up guys, TechTine here, and I am back again with a brand new video. So before I begin this video quickly, I want to thank you all so much for watching this one. If you enjoy my content, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Also, while you're at it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out previous videos too, why not? And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. No, hold on. Before we do that, go ahead and also follow me on Instagram. I'll leave my username in the description below. Follow me there if you have any questions. That's really the best way to reach me as quickly as possible. I respond within an hour or 2 hours, depending on the time zone. But yeah. So that being said, let's go ahead and actually really jump into today's video. So today we're going to be taking a look at LG's next, I would like to call it mid-range to low budget phones, and that is the LG Aristo 4 Plus. So in the past, what LG does is that they would launch the Aristo lineup and then they would launch a Plus version. But this time they said, hey, let's just go ahead and put the two together and not waste people's time. So they went on and they did that. So really that's just a standard Metro by T-Mobile box. On the back we do have some specs, so let's go ahead and read those out. So it is a 5.45 HD plus display. So finally on the Aristo lineup we do get that the 18:9 aspect ratio. Now the resolution didn't really go up, it's just now we get the, you can call it the near bezel-less display. But we'll talk about it further and later on in the video. And you also have a 13 megapixel main camera, a 5 megapixel front facing camera, 16 gigs of storage, 2 gigabytes of RAM, and a 1.4 gigahertz quad core processor. So they didn't upgrade two things, the RAM or the processor. So still low 2 gigs of RAM and a 16 gigabytes of storage. That's why I kind of call it the low to mid budget phone. But yeah, let's go ahead and unbox it. Okay, so here we are. The unboxing is done, nothing special. You just get your phone, the charger, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so a couple things that I wanted to talk about in terms of design. So if you guys remember the LG K40, I did a couple of videos on it. I'll leave them linked in the description. But what this really resembles is the K40. It is the kind of smaller version, but it does try its best to give that near bezel-less display. So this is your 5.45 inch display. Still get a top forehead and a bottom chin. It's been shrinking down to accommodate that 18:9 aspect ratio. And here's your 5 megapixel front facing camera, your earpiece. And on the bottom, I think is just the most disappointing thing about this phone for me. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So you have your speaker, your headphone jack, thank you LG, and your microphone, as well as the most disappointing part about this phone, and that is just the micro USB. So it's okay, it's 2020. It's time to disconnect from that port. Honestly, that should have happened 2 years ago. I complained about it in 2018, 2019, and here we are in 2020. I understand that this is a low to mid budget phone, but I mean, you're LG, and I think with the type of budget that you guys have, you should have been able to include a USB-C, since in 2020 and even 2019, that basically is the standard. So I'm going to give you guys a lot of heat on that in my full review for sure, but I'll save that for later. So like we talked about the front display, and I'll test the display quality too. And on the right hand side you have your power button, which seems to be, while made out of plastic, it is tactile and clicky. And on the left hand side you have your volume up and down, and the same clickiness from the power. And you also have an extra dedicated Google Assistant button. So I'm not really sure if that's programmable or not. We'll have to test that out later on. And on the back you do have your 13 megapixel camera, LED flash, as well as your fingerprint sensor. So nice of LG to include a fingerprint sensor, but I really think that if you guys were able to include a fingerprint sensor, USB-C should have been included. Like I said, that's a story for another day. We'll complain about it in a full review for sure. But yeah, let me set it up and we'll do our usual quick day-to-day speed test, as well as it's taken a little minute to get through the setup process, by the way. But we'll do our quick day-to-day tasks and also test out the speaker, and I'll give you guys some final words. Alright, so here we are with the full setup complete, and as far as the display goes, it is slightly better. I don't really have the Aristo on me, the previous Aristo 3 Plus, but I'm definitely going to be trying to try and do side-by-side comparison. But the display seems to be a little bit cleaner from last year's. But maybe that's just my eyes playing tricks on me, but I'll definitely do a side-by-side comparison. So I'm happy with the display, so that's a plus. As far as day-to-day task goes, I mean, it seems to be doing its job properly. Like I said, 2 gigabytes of RAM, a lot of people I can see already complaining about it, and they have the right to do so. I think RAM has gotten cheap enough for LG to use it. And as far as camera goes, it should be on par with the 3 Plus, but let's see. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so quick at taking pictures, not the quickest, but definitely quick enough for a phone with this type of processor and the amount of RAM that it has. So yeah, let's go ahead and test out the speaker, and I'll leave you guys with some final words. Okay, so I'm definitely going to be doing more tests on the speaker, but right off of initial impressions, I'm kind of happy with it. I mean, it's not going to be the greatest speaker. It does distort at highest volumes, but what speaker in this price point doesn't? And as far as bass goes, it's decent. It's there. So I'll give LG that. I'll give them props for that. It is, however, just a bottom firing single speaker. So further tests will be happening on this phone, and that's pretty much it. So I want to thank you all so much for watching this one. If you enjoy my content, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.